your initial thoughts on today's practice or scrimmage?
We got a lot of work done. It was physical. It was intense. We put them in some tough situations. Good practice late yesterday afternoon, turn around, come early this morning, put a little pressure on them. So those things are tough, and that's what we have to do is put them in tough situations. And some guys responded, and some guys didn't. There's no question we're a better football team, but we've got to respond to the high pressure situations better, and that's something you got to learn. And days like today are good for that.
Yeah, you mentioned in your pregame the competition between positions. How did that look today?
I'm really interested in the film because we've got a lot of really young players battling with a lot of really young players for some important spots. So the competition's good. And days like today, you find out who kind of craves the competition and who doesn't. Those that do, they'll work their way up the depth chart. And those that don't, they'll work their way down or they'll disappear, and we'll find somebody who does crave that because what we're trying to do is really hard and the standard's high. And today was a valuable day. And I'm really anxious to watch this film and see what it looks like with a little bit deeper dive.
You mentioned also the fundamentals was a big key for this practice. How did that look today?
Pretty good. I think something, we're on day 7, and those first few days of spring practice, you really work on the basics, the techniques, the fundamentals, your alignments, your assignments. Some of our alignments on offense are still a little bit off, still a little bit sloppy, and that's something that we've got to get better at. By day 7, you ought to have that down. So a little disappointed we're not a little farther along with those things right now, but as a whole, it's improving.
How does it feel just to get out of, how does it feel to have the pads on, have the players hit each other instead of, in a regular practice, just mainly touching, but today you got to actually hit. How does that feel?
Well, football players love to play football, so when you have a day like today, good for them. They come out here with a little extra juice. It's fun. It's exciting. There's a nice crowd out here today. A lot of high school recruits here, a lot of parents here. So it was a good environment today just to come out and play football, and that's what they love to do, and coaches love to coach. So anytime you get a chance to truly play the game, that's what you crave. So that's a good thing.
You got the Delaney Bowl in a few weeks. Are you excited for that?
I'm excited for practice Monday. Yeah, Delaney Bowl's way down the road, and it'll be a good day. We'll have a good crowd here, and there'll be a lot of festivities going on. So I encourage everybody to get here. But we got 8 good practices before we get there. We're just going to take them one at a time, and that day will get here soon enough.